A nigga like me, man, I love the game. I love the hustle, man. I be feeling like one of them ball-playing niggas, you know? Like Bird or Magic or something. Yeah, you know, a nigga got dough. A nigga could leave the league. But if I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man? I get love out here in Harlem, man. I done sold coke on these streets, man. Hash, weed, heroin. As long as niggas is feeling it, a nigga like me can hustle it. That's my gift in life, eh? You know? What? The fuck you laughing at, B?
You, man. Funny, man. You a hustling motherfucker, man. For real, baby. You fucking killing me, man.
Well, you know me, baby.
Hey, what's up, people? I have a confession to make. I haven't been really focused on this channel lately as much as I probably could. I've been doing stuff here and there, trying to drop them out. Drop out stuff once or twice a week. I used to be 5 days a week, 7 days a week. And I've been focused on other things. Life's experience has taught me never count your chickens before they hatch. I'm assuming that's the saying. I ain't heard it in so long. But at any rate, I've been on a journey lately, man. Just really praying, man, before God, really just asking him to bless me with this opportunity, man, that I've been trying to get. I don't like speaking on stuff. It could be a scam, or it could be, things that, I come across in situations and things like that. But I'm believing today that God has really blessed me with something, man, and something that really is going to change my life. And I'm really, really like happy. I'm ecstatic, but I'm still also cautiously optimistic, so I'm kind of in between the two. Like, every once in a while my mind drifts, so, oh man, I can't believe this is amazing. Then I come back to, well, don't count it yet, So what I'm talking about is I've been trying to get a credit line. I've been trying to get a credit line for about the last month. I've been working, doing certain things to get my stuff in order to be able to accomplish this task. God has really worked on me as a person to do things in order. And I was kind of forced to do certain things in order too. So I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, getting certain business things, certain business paperwork together, getting certain, corporation paperwork, just a lot of different things that I never did. But see, what I did was I made sure that when I subbed my work out, I was a contractor. And because I'm a contractor, I subbed my, I'm speaking in circles because I'm trying to think and drive and do 3 things at once. But I would sub my workout, and because of that fact, they would pay a corporation. Well, there's a benefit to that. And I have someone who I happen to know who really lined some things up for me, paperwork wise, in a way that I just did not have the knowledge to do. And this person really helped me to take my paperwork to the next level. And now I am pulling up at Kinko's or FedEx to basically sign an approval letter for $1.5 million line of credit. And I'm telling you this right now, I could get out this car and do a 30-second Holy Ghost dance, man. I mean, I'm really like in awe of just, man, I don't even know. Like, it's almost surreal. I'm not like how I would be. Like, I thought I would be running around screaming like a mad dog. Like, man, I get this approval letter. Man, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be a wild animal. And I guess God said, a lot of times he's like, son, you ain't ready. Because I know if I give you money now, you on the next plane smoking to Africa. You on the next thing smoking to Brazil, Dominican Republic, chasing women, or going to London and partying in the clubs and Not that I won't go and do all those things eventually, go travel, have fun, enjoy my life. But right now, all I really want to do is get out here, find small, easy wins, deals that I know that are going to work, not spend, although it's 1.5 million, I'm not trying to spend no more. It may be what, 400,000 or 500,000. Look, if I spend $400,000 or $500,000 one time, I'm gonna probably have, I'm going after, like, that's gonna probably turn a profit of at least 1.2 or at least $1 million, at least. Once I sell these properties that I'm trying to do, and I'm getting in hot areas where I know the average days on the market of these properties are very low, like under 30 days, like 20 days or less before properties are under contract. That's what I'm looking for, that type of property. I'm buying and tearing down. I'm getting my contractor's license. Yes, my nose is still stopped up. I'm getting my contractor's license and I'm going for it, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Don't give up, man. You may be trying to do something. You may be, like, I'm really telling you guys, man, like, just when you think, I remember about 4 months ago, I was thinking, God, what's going on? I want to do this. I want to do that. Things are not working the way I want them to work. I went out and spent all this money trying to do this, and it fell down and it didn't work. And it's as if God just supernaturally did some things in my life. I got to give God the glory. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit on this. You know, I know it's almost like I'm ashamed of my faith in Jesus. Like I got to be all apologetic. I'm not apologetic. I'm sorry. Like I'm not. And I'm sorry. I got to give God the glory, man. I mean, it really, if you had told me, 3 months ago, this is what God is going to do for you. On this day, you're going to get a $1.5 million line of credit. I would have looked at you like you were crazy. Like, man, for me, I'm going to be honest with you. As much as I talk and try to encourage you guys and try to get y'all to get out here and do certain things, there's still a part of me that has a poor man's mindset sometimes. And sometimes I'm like, if somebody had to tell me, what do you think you could do? I was looking at my bank account and I was like, well, I got this in my bank account and I only, that should be, based on this, that's X percentage. So I probably, okay, so maybe somebody will approve me for X amount of hundreds of thousands, maybe 200 at the most, 250. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Not thinking that God could come and do something exceedingly and abundantly greater than I ever could have imagined, man. And I really was afraid to put this video out because I don't know. And I'm gonna tell you something, guys. I'm gonna be completely open and candid with you, man. On my channel, I'm coming from my heart when I give you these videos. I'm not up here bull jobbing with you, trying to give you some fronting like I'm all that. I don't know everything, man. I'm trying to figure things out. We all trying to make it to that first M. Let's just keep it real, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you. We ain't gonna say all, because some of us don't even have that mindset. But for those of us that are entrepreneurial, for those of us that see the big picture, that see the matrix, and you can look at the wall and see numbers moving like Neo. Once you wake up in that sense and you start realizing what really matters, and you start saying, man, I need to really build for the next generation so that they won't start where I started, right? When you have that mindset, although I have that mindset sometimes, I do have a short, yeah, I do, man. Sometimes I doubt sometimes. I'm just going to be honest, like, man, I don't know if this going to work, man. God dang. And my homeboy told me something, man, it really ministered to me the other day. He said, when I was telling him, say, man, because we were going for 5 million. I'm just being honest. We were going for 5 million. And I told him, I said, man, if I get that, man, I ain't gonna know how to act. I ain't gonna know how to, man. And he said something real profound. He said, man, brother, ever since I known you, because this is a brother, Sean, I've been knowing Sean, look, it's gonna be 20 years now. I met Sean when I got to Tuskegee in 98. But Sean said, man, think about it. You have been doing this for what? Because I told him, I said, man, before I got to Tuskegee, I was trying to buy houses. I was trying to talk my dad into buying old houses in the hood and rehabbing. Because when I was a baby, when I was young, I saw him do that. And God bless him. I wish, man, that my dad could be here to see this, man. I really do, man. Like, I just wish I just wish he could be here to see this, man. Like I'm in all right now, man. Like y'all don't understand, man. Like all this stuff I done been through, all the businesses I done tried, and all the things that I done went out here and failed at, man. I never gave up. It's like I know what it's like. You know, the Bible in the Old Testament talks about Isaiah. You know, when Isaiah said that he wanted to stop preaching the word of God, he wanted to stop because it was hard. And God had given him this burden to go out and preach. And back then, in those days, you preach, it will get you killed. Go to 1 Kings chapter 1. I think it's chapter 1. It's not 1 Kings. It's Elijah. And he went into the wilderness. And God came and spoke to him. And he said, look, I'm afraid they done killed all your prophets. They would kill you back then. You come preaching the word of God. But anyway, he came and Isaiah said, I wish I want to be quiet, but I can't because it's like fire shut up in my bones. That's how I feel, man. Like when it comes to business, you know how many times I'd have had my ass whipped, man. Do you know how many times I'd have lost? Do you know how many times I'd have went out here and took all I had and lost it and had to climb back or lost, you know, what for me felt like it took me all my life savings to get. And I get out there and I fail because I'm trying to trust this person. I'm trying to help this person. Before I can even get 2 nickels to rub together, I'm trying to give another brother a nickel. You know, and you know, long story short, man, like don't ever give up on your dreams. Don't ever, man, like I really honestly, man, like I remember my dad, man, like I'm just sitting here thinking about him, man, like he'd have been so proud today. Like I would have called him, man. He would have, you know what I'm saying? Like what would he have thought? Oh, you know, like in certain moments when stuff happened in my life, like with my son, I would have I know my dad, I know how he was. He would have loved, because he's had granddaughters before he passed. He never had a grandson. I know how dad thinks. I know he would have loved that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, not that he didn't love his granddaughters either, but you get what I'm saying. But at the same time, I know how he would have acted when the day that my brother won in city council. How would he have acted? How would he have acted when I sold my first property and walked out of there with a $30,000, $20,000 check? And I said, hey, Dad, look at what I did. I did what I saw you doing when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that means something to me, man. Like, it really do, man. And that's why I'm passionate about, you know, if you have kids, Lord have mercy, my nose is running now, but getting emotional. Sorry, people. But, you know, like I said, like, that's why I'm passionate if you have children about the next generation. About my dad did the best he could, man. He did. I saw it. In spite of his vices, in spite of him loving women and the things that he had to struggle with that, he still went out and took all he had with every ounce of his being and worked. And I remember him coming home on Friday night, dog tired from work, on Friday afternoon, tired. Laying there drunk, tired, like, man, I done worked all week, I'm tired. Saturday morning, he getting up, crack of dawn, we going on that house and we working till it's about to get dark. He's working on his own deal. My dad worked. I'm proud of that. He showed me that. And I wouldn't be sitting in this car if I didn't see him model that, man. And I hope that this channel encourages you to do the same, man. I really do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have everything. I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything. I don't even want to be considered, you know, like a genius. I know everything. And I know sometimes I come on here and I can be a little cocky and they don't know what they're talking about, and I might say certain things, but at the end of the day, man, if you really just sit me down, I'm not going to even say I'm humble. I'm just going to say at the end of the day, I'm as I'm standing here just quote unquote naked as far as the who I am as a person, bro. I'm learning as I go, man. I'm learning as I go. I'm putting all this stuff together. And, you know, God, man, let me tell you something. This was providential, like God's providential purpose, brother. When I tell you the way that I got this, I can't tell you how to do it. If you ask me, I don't know, because I don't know what this person did. I don't know and I don't, I'm not gonna pass out the information or nothing like that. If if you want to reach out, I can kind of give you a surface of what you might have to do. I can kind of do that and tell you what you need, but I'm just gonna tell you, I don't. She told me not to give all the information out because I told her today that I was just happy, and she said, "Don't do that." I said, "Okay, cool." But at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this, man. Like, you can win, man. You can do it. It can be done. Like, it can be done, man. You can win. And I just want to thank everybody that's been a subscriber. I have videos coming up soon. I have an opportunity coming up soon. And I'll meet with one of my homeboys, and we're going to describe what it takes to win with this opportunity. But up until that point, I just want to say, man, I love my subscribers. I love my people. I'm passionate about seeing us all win. And, Lord willing, man, this time next year, I'm a multi-millionaire. Lord willing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to take my time, and I'm going to go slow. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to go slow. And I'm not, in what I've learned, and I'm going to say this, man, that this is something I had to do. Prior to me getting this line of credit, I actually mentioned it to a few friends, right? And I'm going to say this. Sometimes, man, it's best not to add friends with money. Sometimes. Some brothers got your back in your face and behind your back. I ain't gonna say never mix friends with money. That's I hear that, but that's not always the case. I had brothers that'll hold me down when they ain't around. I done seen it. So, man, I got guys I'm friends with, but we do business, and I trust them, and I trust them with my dollars, everything. They good people. So I ain't gonna say that. But some brothers, man, when it come to money, they will stab you bloody and leave you for dead. And I had to go off on one of my homeboys today. Me and him been boys since 92, man. Not 92, 96. Me and him been boys for right at 22 years now. And I ain't never had to go off on him like I did today. We never had an argument for real. We done been all out the country together, hung out, but when it come to money, I always knew he was the type of brother that'll leave me hanging. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of stayed away, and this is my fault because I should know how this brother is. You see what I'm saying? When it come to money. But we get in an argument because of how much money he thinks I'm gonna give him out of my credit line. Because he didn't know at the time, before I got my email saying how much I got approved for, we were talking about $5 million. And this brother thought I was gonna get, now he loaned me some money to help me get this process done. So I'm not just shitting on the brother and saying some stuff to make him look like he just selfish, just who is this dude? But the amount of money he gave me in compared to what he was trying to get, it's just downright robbery. I mean, this brother was damn near trying to get 100% on his money. Like, he was not 100%, 100 times. So for every dollar, he wanted to borrow $100 out of my credit line. Like, that's not gonna happen. But don't worry, you ain't gotta say no comment in the comment section. I ain't no fool. That will never happen. Cold dead hand. That's all I got to say. Out of my cold dead hand, when you get 100%, 100 times return on every dollar you give me, right? But I did use a few, and quite frankly, it wasn't that much, really. But it was enough for him to feel like, he can make demands. And I'm sitting like, dude, like, first of all, this is the real funny part about it. He ain't even gave me the money yet. What happened was the brother, me and him was supposed to be going to Africa, right, to hang out for around New Year's. We were talking about going to Africa. We had talked about this back in like August, right? So I didn't go, and I had some stuff come up. Plus this came up, and I'm more so focused on this. So at the time, he wasn't working when we first talked about it. I said, man, if you ain't got the money, me being me, I said, hey man, I'll pay for your ticket, bro. It's no big deal, because when I got money, that's how I am, and I need to stop that being so generous to people, because people don't do me the same way, right? And so I said, hey man, I'll pay for your ticket, bro. Because see me, I'm gonna buy the ticket out of London. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy it out of London. You can get it round trip out of London for like $600, $700. You know, depending on when you buy it. I ain't gonna lie. But if you buy it around the right time, you get I got one time for $500 round trip. London to Ethiopia. Addis Ababa, you know. And, you know, you can get to London from Atlanta for like, I mean, I done got that ticket for $300 before. But it's not always like that. Sometimes it can go up to $1,400. So it just depends. But the point I'm trying to make is stuff came up. I told him way back before Halloween, I said, man, I ain't gonna be able to do it, bro, cause you know, this going, that going on. Okay, cool. He goes and buys his ticket, right? He bought his ticket 2 weeks ago, right? So I said, okay. I ain't know. He just told me a week ago. I said, oh, okay, cool, man. You know, say what up to everybody over there for me, because he's going to Uganda, right? I said, okay. So then, long story short, when I decided I was doing this deal, I said, well, look, man, I'm finna put X amount of dollars in, man. I got to get this. I got to get that. If you got a little money, because he had done something and got a few dollars, he said, well, look, man, I put up half with you, man. If you going to get that much, just give me this much. I didn't like the number. I said, no. So I talked to him. I said, well, no. And we renegotiated. I talked him down to basically what I was going to do for him was like, look, man, I'll front you. I just build you a house with the money, you know, in your city where you from. I ain't going to say where. I was going to build him a house in the city where he from. And, you know, he get the profit. I mean, but, you know, we was going to build that joker for about like $75 a foot. You know, this property was going to be about, he said about 2,300 square feet, $75 a foot, about 165, 170. Right? The property sale, that's with the land. The land was dirt cheap. So, but the property was going to sell for about $250. So he going to make about $90,000 liquid cash that he could have made. From that, he could have done all types of stuff. Could have did what I'm doing now to get this credit line. But that's another story, right? But anyway, he ain't gave me my money yet, right? So the end of the day, he called me, telling me, man, I might need to do something else with my money, man, and this and that. I said, okay, cool. He said, but yeah, I'm leaving for Africa Friday. I said, wait a minute, bro. You done had me go out and spend all this money telling me you gonna do something. Then you renege on me, telling me you can't do it, which I was cool with. But then you taking your ass to Africa for 3 weeks, hanging out. And he bought the ticket outright. He paid way more because he just bought the ticket 2 weeks ago. So I know he paid at least $2,000 for the ticket alone. Hotel. So he gonna spend, this trip is probably gonna be about $7,000 to $8,000. I know it is. Going to Africa to see a chick. So I got mad. I said, bro, that's not right, man. You know. And long story short, we got in an argument. So you know me, I flipped. I said, look here, man, you gonna give me my MF money or what, nigga? Like, you know, I ain't never came at him like that. Me and him always been respectful, cool boys. So I snapped, you know, and we started cussing at each other. I hung up. You know, later on we squashed it. It got back cool. But this is what I'm thinking. I'm not gonna do business with this brother. I can't do business with him. And it's good he live in another city. See what I'm saying? Because we also got another argument earlier. We didn't get no real heated argument, but he wanted me to, when I first told him I was gonna do it, he wanted to come up here and manage the building for me because I'm working. I said, bro, if I get $1 million credit line, I don't need you to come up here and tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can do it myself. I'll be all right. You know, like, I don't need you to come up here. He want me to give him $30,000 per house to build it for me while I'm working. I say, brother, do you understand what you just said? It might take you 3-4 months to build at the most. And you talking about what, $8,000 a month? Like, nigga, that's $2,000 a week. On my own credit line that I'm making payments on? You out your mind. I'm spending the least amount of money as possible out of this credit line. That's just that. See what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, I ultimately made him a bargain that, you know, we'll do something later, but it'll be after I make profit. It can't be first. It just can't be. And so this is what I'm trying to say, people. Ultimately in life, man, like I have a passion for black people. I love my people dearly, and I want to see us win. And sometimes in having that gift, it's also a burden. I heard a preacher say one time, you want to be rich, and you want to be rich, get used to being used. And I was like, what do you mean? He told me, he said, man, when you have a lot of money, people gonna come in all shapes and sizes and colors, trying to ask you to help them, and they really have false motives, ulterior motives, you know. But if you really want God to bless you with something, you know, you're gonna have to be able to bear that cross, that burden of being able to decipher when to help and when not to help. He said, because not everybody, he said in certain instances, which I agree with, he said in certain instances, certain people are wicked, they don't give people a dime, they selfish, and they still win. But that's not usually how the universe works. Usually it don't work like that. That's not how God works, man. Usually, if you're gonna make it and you make some money, you're gonna have to make sacrifices. People gonna use you, you're gonna lose some things, and if you can keep your honor and integrity all the while doing it, and you get to the top and you still financially are viable, but you didn't go out here and do anything underhanded or twisted to step on people's backs to hurt people, then, you know, that's God's greatest glory. You know what I'm saying? When he can say, hey, I didn't compromise who I was as a person. I really went out here and did it, you know, did what I had to do. So I just want to say this, man. I've been all over the place in this video, but I'm honestly, in my hardest of hearts, just thankful right now, man. If anything, man, y'all remember anything I said today, just remember, man, like, you know, keep God first, you know, draw him. You say, any man will come after me, he must deny himself, pick up his cross and follow me daily, you know. That's it, man. What are we doing with our lives? You know, what does our life mean? The reason that I have a passion for my people is because I came up, I'm gonna explain this, man. I never really told people this. I came from a ministry background, right? So for me, I saw, and I've had it drilled in me from the time I was 21 when I gave my life to Christ to probably like in my early 30s. I was around every day around white evangelicals, and a lot of times what they would do is they would instill replication and discipleship and, you know, life on life mentoring and building and, you know, pouring your life into the next person. And what they respected and what evangelicals respect, because I've been in that community. That's why you don't hear me, like, I don't really have too much bad to say about the church, because I've seen all types of different sides of the church. I haven't just been a guy who grew up in the church going with my mama because she made me, got older, stopped going. Now I'm talking about the church out of that one little scope of what I knew about the gossip from the you know, what I saw when I was growing up. So that means the church is full of hip. I don't make videos like that. I don't think like that. I don't bash the church, because I see the churches that people call bad. You could go in those same churches and see people pay people's light bill. You can go in those same churches and see people that have been delivered from gangs and drugs and prostitution. Yeah, they ain't perfect. Yeah, they gossip. Yeah, they might have problem with lust. They might have other issues that God's still working on them on. But like they say, church is a hospital. And I'm not making excuses for sin. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, because I have that ministry background, I sympathize and understand evangelism. Like, I'd have been all over the world sharing the gospel. Like, I'd have been to different countries. That's actually the first time I left the country. That's what I was doing, sharing the gospel, right? And I stood next to people, inmates in Mexico, in Mexican prisons, shared my testimony, led people to Christ. And I've actually kept up with those people as pen pals and emails and stuff, and seen those dudes get out and change their lives and be people that are preachers that got their, I'm talking about in Mexico. I've seen that with people that I played ball with, that prayed with me to receive Christ. And then, long story short, this girl is in ministry, man, over in China. I can't say where. You see what I'm saying? Because they track everything. But she's in China, man. I ain't gonna say what she's doing, but she's over there preaching the gospel, man. See what I'm saying? That's the type of stuff that I've been around. So, but I see that, and I take those same principles when I start understanding my black identity and who I am. When I gained what they call the race-based consciousness. Once I stepped into that, I still have that. I have my race-based consciousness, but I also still love Jesus. So I still have that too. Now y'all know I ain't no perfect person. I'm not perfect. I don't, people, well, how you love Jesus in this and how you love Jesus in that? Yeah, whatever. I had one of my subs actually got mad at me because I wouldn't help him with something one time because he wanted me to do something. It was some pro-homosexual stuff. I read it. I was like, no, bro, I ain't with that. I don't get out. He wanted me to make a video for it, and I didn't do it, right? So I said, man, that go against what I stand for, right? I can't do that. He was like, wait, you say you dated a stripper? I'm like, okay, like, you don't know nothing about me. I'm like, you don't know nothing about me. You don't know who I am. All you know is a little snippet of what I gave you, and you think you know me. You think you know enough to condemn me because you're supposed to judge me. I don't have no problem with judgment. If I steal, say I stole. If I lie, I lied. If I cheat, I cheated. And anybody can say it. I don't have no problem. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with people who condemn me and say, nigga, you this, you that. You can't condemn me, but you can judge what I do. I don't have no problem with it. But the issue I have is this, man. Like, in the long run, man, that's why I'm like I am about my people. And I'm a hybrid of that. And I'm also, I'm starting to wake up and understand you can't help everybody. Some people don't want to be helped. Some people, as soon as you help them, they'll step on you and kill you, trying to get past you. Because they want to be bigger than you. They want to be able to look down on you and tell you, hey, I got more than you. I'm better than you. I'm smarter than you. That's it. But it don't really make a difference, So let me go. I'm going. Gonna go in Kinko's, print this paperwork off, and I'm good, man. But thank y'all. God bless you, man. Keep reaching for the stars. You know what I'm saying? Keep going for it. I mean, everything, man. And at the end, I'm going to try to find this video of Les Brown. I'm going to put it at the end, man. Les Brown's one of my favorite motivational speakers. But that's about it, man. Love y'all. Y'all have a blessed day.
Takes guts. You got to dig down deep to gut it out. Keep on going again and again and again until you make it happen, because you know that it's possible. Now, what do you do during the hard times, Les? Here's what you must do. Number one is you must have faith. Paul said you must have the faith to call forth those things that be not as though they were. Judge not according to appearances. Don't judge your circumstances and the possibilities for your future based upon what you have now and because of what's going on now. No. That's not the real reality there. What you're going through, if you're going through some hard times, it has not come to stay, it has come to pass. It's all right. Now, second thing is, repeat this after me. Something you should affirm to yourself every day. Repeat this, please. No matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. Say that to yourself every day. As I used to say to myself, when I would get up in the Penobscot building and I had to go into the bathroom and bathe in the bathroom sink, I had written on the mirror that I put up, just paste up, and I read, no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. So you got to have faith. You talk to yourself. You say that affirmation. The next step is You must have patience and engage in consistent action. Patience and engage in consistent action. See, everything does not always happen, ladies and gentlemen, when we want it to happen. It doesn't happen quickly. So in that process, they have something in the Far East called the Chinese bamboo tree. The Chinese bamboo tree, every day it has to be watered and fertilized. It's a very hard nut, and it takes 5 years of watering and fertilization every day, according to American Geographics, before it breaks through the ground. At any time, if the watering process and the nurturing and the fertilization process is stopped, the Chinese bamboo tree will die in the ground. Now, once it breaks through in that 5th year, then in 6 weeks it grows 90 feet tall. Now the question is, does it grow 90 feet in 5 years or 6 weeks? The answer is obvious. It takes 5 years. That's how long it took to grow it, to build that foundation, to nurture it, to water it, to build the reputation, to build the credibility, to learn the market, to learn people, to learn yourself, to learn the system, to learn how to do it, to figure it out. That's why you must have patience and engage in consistent action. We live in a world, ladies and gentlemen, where people want instant gratification. They want it right now. They want to be a Dexter Yeager, but they're not willing to pay the price to do what it takes to get up there where Dick Hopper is. Well, Bryant or Judy is. They think it was easy. No. It's simple, but it's not easy. It's a system that if you work the system, it works if you work it. But make no mistake about it, it's hard. You are the determining factor. Here's something else. It's possible you can live your dream. It's necessary that you have goals, that you write them down, that you surround yourself with a support team, that you are creative. It's you that you must take personal responsibility to make it happen. George Bernard Shaw said, the people that make it in this world look around for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they create them. It's hard. No, easy is not an option. However, ladies and gentlemen, what you will discover is that it's worth it. It's worth it. I suggest to you, if you want to become diamond, write down 5 reasons of why it is worth it for you to become a diamond, to experience that level of achievement. What is it that will give you the drive? What is it that will ignite the courage in you to get up and come back again and again and again? How is it that you would be able, what reasons that can tap into that deep down feeling that goes to your gut, that no matter how many times you get knocked down, that you're coming back? What is it? Write it down. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You saw that picture up there, the lady, Mrs. Mamie Brown. I'm flying from here tomorrow morning to be with my adopted mother. She's 87 years young, thank God. And I'll be with Mama tomorrow. Every Mother's Day, I don't care where I am. I go home Mother's Day. Everybody knows November 6th, my mother's birthday, I'm home. And I try to go home as often as I can. When I started and left Miami pursuing my dream, because I knew that as long as you work for someone else, they are controlling your destiny. I didn't want anybody signing my paycheck but me. I knew that it was going to be difficult. I knew it was going to be hard. But every time I thought about giving up, and there were times I did, because where I am, ladies and gentlemen, it's a long shot. You think being a diamond is a long shot. This is a miracle. This is a long shot. And I had people laughing at me. Les, you're talking about being a motivational speaker? You have no college training. You were labeled educable, mentally retarded. You failed twice in school. They put you back from the 5th grade into the 4th grade, and you failed in the 8th grade. You've never worked for a major corporation, and you are going to become independently wealthy. Right. They laugh. They're going to laugh at you. People are going to laugh at you. But let me tell you, I believe in revenge like Frank Sinatra. He said the best revenge is massive success. Ladies and gentlemen, when I was driving around with my mother and she saw a house, we were just looking for homes, and we drove an exclusive area of Miami where the coach of the Miami Dolphins, Don Shula, lives in that area called Country Club. My mother saw this house. Oh, what a beautiful home. And we looked at it. She said, oh boy, I would love to have something like that. One day I would feel like Mrs. Rockefeller. I said, you like that, Mom? I said, yeah. I said, oh, we just kept driving. I did not let my mother know at that time that I had it etched in my mind that I was going to do whatever number of meetings, whatever number of contacts, whatever number of calls I had to make, whatever it took to make that become a reality. And the day that I drove to that house and said, Mama, you remember that house you saw? We got out the car. I said, yes. I said, I really know the people that live there. She said, you do? I said, yeah, let me take you in and show it to you. And then I couldn't contain myself anymore when I got around and helped her get out of the car. And I took her and I said, Mom, I gave her the keys. Over 5,000 square feet. Large size Olympic pool, 12 feet deep, on a golf course, basketball court. I said, Mama, this is for you. And ladies and gentlemen, to see my mother walk around this house, this woman who only has a third grade education, never had any children of her own. And she walked around, she said, oh Lord, oh thank you Jesus. No one would have ever told me this would have happened to me. She said, Leslie, she said, you know, that day when I went in that building and they told me this lady had these boys that she wanted to put up for adoption. And I told them, I said, I'll take them. And she said, ladies, she said, raise your hand and swear to me 2 things. I said, what is it? She said, swear to me you won't separate them. She said, oh no, I swear. I'll keep them together, I swear. I've never had no children, I swear I'll keep them together. She said, swear to me, lady, that you won't ever tell them about me. She said, I'm married and I got pregnant while my husband was at war. She said, swear to me you won't tell. She said, I swear I won't tell. She said, okay, you can have them. She said, when I came out that house, I was looking at y'all. She said, I didn't know how I was going to do it. She said, I was working at the M&M cafeteria. She said, I didn't know how I was going to raise y'all. I just knew somehow the Lord would make a way somehow. And I never thought this would happen to me. And I know, and during those moments when it's hard, not only must you have patience and engage in consistent action, but you must turn to a power greater than yourself and just say, Lord, whatever I face today together, you and I can handle it. And I know some way and somehow you'll make a way for me.